when you hit that 30, mid 30 to 40s range, like you start to realize that there's a personality shift where you stop trying to be impressive and you look towards comfort, you look towards rest and being regulated, and you're just disconnecting from anything that drains you. Like we're not doing that. And I feel like that happens around like am I 33? I'm 33 right now. None of that. None. I'm trying to relax. I'm trying to rest. I'm trying to regulate. And if it's taken from this, you got to go.
I'm not afraid to admit as a woman in my 40s. I don't want to go out. I want to go somewhere soft. I want to sit and I want to leave early. I have outgrown chaos. If peace costs me people, I will gladly pay it twice. I will take comfort over cute shoes any day. And you can have both, actually. I need emotional connection or I will lose interest so fast. I no longer explain what I mean. If you know me, then you know. If you don't, block. I keep screenshots, not grudges. I still have moments where I miss who I was. I forgive people quietly now, but they do not get invited back in. I'm not afraid of aging, but I am afraid of staying the same. My standards are higher because I finally met them myself. I've been the main character, the villain, and the plot twist, and I've survived all three. I don't rush through cities when I travel anymore. I sit, watch, and breathe them in. When I travel, I would rather eat street food in the rain than eat at a 5-star restaurant. I fall in love with places faster than I fall in love with people. I've cried in at least 3 international airport bathrooms and came out stronger. Home isn't where you live. It's where you finally feel at peace and where you can finally exhale. No matter how old I get, I will always chase the sunrise like it owes me answers.
Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Guys, if you don't know what I do here on this channel, I talk a lot about social issues. So if you enjoy listening to social issue, click the like button and also subscribe to my channel. So there's this discussion going on social media about people in their 40s. So there's a lot of people that say that when you get to the age of 40, there's this personality change that you experience as human. And in women case, a lot of times it make them regret getting married, which is the reason why a lot of divorce often happen at the age of 40, like 40 and above. When people get to the age of 40 and above, you see them trying to leave their marriage and trying to like find themselves, discover themselves. So before I get deep, I talk too much, I bore you with my talk. Before I bore you with my talk, let's go and see people who are talking about this, who are actually in their 40s, who are telling us that once we step into our 40s, there has to be personality change. I feel like my own personality change is happening right now. I feel like I have changed a lot over the years, like especially within this last 2 years. Like yeah, I have changed a lot.
The other day, these words came out of my mouth that left me so stunned that I had to check if my brain was in glitch mode. Let's get unready as I tell you how I have officially entered my effit 40s era. So here's the story. I was on the phone, someone invited me out, and without hesitation, I said, "No, I don't want to." And they paused. They said, "Wait, what did you say?" And I said it again, "I don't want to." No apology, no explanation, just facts. And that, my friends, is what I call growth. No is a full, complete sentence. Now, I've been sharing the life lessons that I am carrying into this 40s era and the ones that I refuse to relearn. And the biggest shift, I am caring less about things that drain me or the things that don't nurture me. So here are 4 additional things that I am giving the middle finger to, with class, of course. Number 1, worry. Worry will not change anything. Also, most of what you call thinking is just worrying. Mark Twain said, "I've had a lot of worries in my life, most of which never happened." Also, if it did happen, didn't you find a way to figure it out? Exactly. Number 2, straight lines. I am so done with the focus on perfection in this journey. Life is not a math problem. Math tells us that the fastest way from point A to point B is a straight line, but life has never been interested in speed or perfection. You are allowed to pivot, to pause, to explore. The best stories, by the way, have twists and turns. You're not a robot. You're a human being. Live like it. Number 3, other people's opinions. That quote, "Your opinion of me is none of my business," lives rent-free in my head. You could be the most unproblematic person in the world, by the way, and someone will still find you annoying. So post the video, start the business, wear the outfit, Go live and then live some more. And lastly, number 4, disappointment and failure. I'll add to that. Now, I don't flip these two off. I just accept them exactly as they are. They're part of the journey. They're needed. You will get disappointed. People will fail you. You will fail you. Dreams won't always land the way that you imagined. Effit. You are still breathing. Lick your wounds if you must, then get back up. You are never, ever too old to try again. If this resonated with you, let me know below in the comments. By the way, I'm Wemi. I'm a life coach, a career coach, and a business coach. Don't forget to follow for more real talk and radical reminders.
Forget quiet quitting at work. Let's talk about quiet quitting in life. Because if it doesn't bring you peace, stop fighting for a seat at that table. You hit a certain age and you realize some things just aren't worth the energy anymore. You stop arguing with people that are committed to misunderstanding you. You're not over explaining yourself to people that don't listen. You're definitely not chasing one-sided friendships. It's a whole mindset shift. You have no guilt about saying no. You stop forcing yourself to be in places that drain you. Protecting your peace is a full-time job.
Not where I wanted to be. I haven't succeeded at any.
I remember when I had that kind of awakening. I'm not in my 40s. I am a little bit over my mid 30s, but I had that realization and that awakening, I'd say closer to my late 20s, early 30s. You wake up out the matrix, and I call this a spiritual awakening because like you wake up one day and you're like, what am I doing? I'm chasing after this superficial, not real narrative of all these markers of success. All of these markers that's been shoved down our throat, and she's in her 40s, so we're on the same time frame of where this narrative was literally like beaten into us of go to college, get in a relationship, get a house, create a family, work, then retire, and then like you did good. You're a good, solid American. The problem with that is that our society no longer has a container for that. So we're chasing after this checklist. We're chasing after these markers to identify ourselves as successful people when they're no longer attainable. So you have people, millennials mainly, in my generation who are losing their crap and have to redefine what happiness and success means to them. And that's all she needs to do. She's woken up, she's going to feel anger, she's going to feel sadness, she's going to feel all of these icky emotions, but she's going to have to rebuild her story. So if this is you, you are not a failure. Society has failed us. And now it's our job to take back our narrative and create a life that is meaningful to us, that is not measured by external markers, but by internal validation. That's it. You're doing great. Like and follow for more.
I hate to say this, but fuck it, why not? I don't think I matured until I was 40.
I really love this because in a lot of cultures, you're not considered an adult or mature until you hit about 40. And it makes a lot of sense when you think about it. You need those first 4 decades of life to actually live, to experience life, to play out the scripts that are put upon all of our bodies based upon the societies we're in, right? And in that script making and script performing, you then figure out who you are. Does it make sense for you? Does the shit feel good? And then so you hit about 36 and that begins this kind of growing up phase. And when you hit 40, that's the kind of real crux of it, where the foundations of the so-called realities that we think we're supposed to be performing in start to really reveal themselves as Neptune and Pluto square. So in that squaring, there is a facing of the self. Do you still want to do the shit the same way you've been doing? Has it actually worked for you? And if you can face yourself, you then find the self. You start to rewrite a whole new script, a whole new storyline that you then become the author of. That is maturing. That is growing up. And so right now, y'all, as we are facing the encroachingness of authoritarian state that is just showing its ass, it's always been here, but it's making itself more visible, more loud, because it is losing its hold on the story, on the myth, on the origin of how we're supposed to be as a society, right? It is time for the rise of new storytellers and story weavers. It is the rise of the cultural workers, but we need new workers to work a new culture. Therefore, we need elders. What Method Man is talking about, what Jill Scott has really been explaining as she's telling her story of maturation, shit. Ayanala, as she's been talking about reflecting upon her mothering and her age and her generation, right? It's not about loving or hating is everything they're saying. It's showing the examples of what it means to mature, because you have taken your experiences to turn them into wisdom. That's what we need right now. Wisdom, y'all. We need elders. Eldership is not about growing old. You can grow older and actually just grow more decrepit. Become just walking dead itself. That is not eldership. Eldership is living. Eldership is taking that experience, turning it into a lesson that then others can learn from in different ways. This is why art and culture are so important right now as well. And that is why they're trying to infiltrate with these old ass manifest destiny iconography, right, of the US. I need you to buy into its storyline. It is now time to write yours. So if you are over the age of 40, tell your story, but allow the story to unveil itself to you, your own eldership, where you're supposed to lead, where you're supposed to go. And in that story making and storytelling, that's how we build new worlds, y'all. But in order to build new worlds, you have to believe the experiences of the one you are in and then take responsibility to writing another line.
Where are all my girlies that had to start over at 40 because they left a toxic marriage, they left a toxic career, and now they're just like, I don't know what the fuck I'm doing in this world? Because same. And if you've already hit that hump and gotten past that hump, what did you do and how did you do it? Because I am confused as well. Like, I don't know what I'm good at. I mean, I know what I don't know what I'm good at that I'd like to do, that I could do as a career. I mimic. So there's a bunch of things that I'm this good at. There's no things that I'm this good at. You feel me? So I just don't know what to do with myself at this point. What am I doing with my life? What am I doing with my life? Because even the career that I did have, I hated it. Did it for 20 years. I was amazing at it. I was stellar at it. I fucking hated it. I hated it. So now I'm just like, my kid's 19. I got him grown. I got him out of high school and he's on his way to college. What am I going to do with the rest of my life?
Hi, my story right now. And owning my story is owning my age and being excited about what's to come and proud of all that I have done. I mean, I've done a lot in my life. Danced for Beyonce and Rihanna and Santi Gold and Jill Scott. And then I decided I wanted to be a recording artist. I got signed to LA Reid and I was with big management and like I did that. And then I decided I wanted to act and I moved to LA and I've been on TV and movies and like I've really done a lot. I teach Pilates, I've done trainings and I've just done so much and I tend to overlook all of that. And I'm really excited as to what else I will do. And knowing, like a friend of mine today reminded me that I have favor over my life and I really needed to hear that. Yeah, when it comes to partner, I am calling that in and when it's right, and God knows when it's right. I've been healing myself from different things in my past and staying open and present and excited about whoever is meant for me. And there's no time limit. There's no time limit on that. There's no rush. Although I would love to have it happen sooner than later. But yeah, just in general, I don't want to feel this pressure around life because I'm turning 40. Like, I think that is a general feeling I have. Like, oh, I haven't accomplished these things yet, and there's time. There's so much time, and then again, it's just a number because again, I don't feel the age, which is interesting. I don't know. I do know, but you know, all these things are coming up, and again, I'm going to continue to process. So I can come into this year 40 with gratitude and fervor and just excitement. But this is where I'm at right now. And women, I want you to chime in. Let me know what I have to look forward to. Please let me know wins and all the things you have been delving into your 40s, things you left in your 30s. I want to know all of it.
I hate to say this, like, but fuck it, why not? I don't think I matured until I was 40. And
That's fair.
I'm not a New Year's resolution guy, but it was just one of these times where I was feeling like I needed something, a guide or some type of goal to shoot for, and I made these New Year's resolutions. 1, get your taxes right. Mm-hmm. 2, get your GED, some type of diploma, because my kids were sophomores junior. Yeah, they were juniors. They were going to graduate the next year. The 3rd was fitness. I knocked all of them out of the park. Now, the thing about the GED thing was I hadn't been in school in 15 years. So luckily, my loved one had taken the test prior to that. She kind of gave me the lowdown on what the test looks like. Essay. All right, I'll look up how to write an essay. Looked up how to write an essay. The math, you're gonna need to use this calculator. Well, I don't wanna use the calculator. That shit look too difficult. So I get there to take the test. Long story short, I get there to take the test. This is a test that my loved one failed because of the math part. I passed that motherfucker first time. I was so proud of myself. It's like, yeah, I'm still smart. Still smart. You know what I mean?
When you don't complete that at the time, right? When you make
my loved one is my wife, by the way.
I knew what you meant.
I call her my loved one.
I knew what
love
you
her to
meant.
death.
When you don't complete your GED or get your diploma at that time, when you make that decision, it feels like you're making that decision to never go back and get it. After being as successful as you were, accomplishing all the things that you had, what made that still be important to you?
Self-awareness, I guess. You like to see yourself through your children, you know, and you always questioning whether you're doing the right thing by them or if you're the right role model, even sometimes the right fit. And then it's just a lot of self-motivation. You want different, if you want different for yourself, you gotta do different for yourself. It's more or less like, if I can't control anything in this world, I can control my ways and my actions. So I'll start there.
One thing I love about this day and age is how social media is teaching us what schools did not teach us. When we were in school, they only tell us about menopause. And even the menopause is not well described because they told us that once a woman gets to the age of 30 or 35, they won't be having menses again. But hello, I'm still having menses. My menses still flow the way it flow. My phone is 10%. So let's continue, right? And but social media is giving us real, like practical. This is not study done in this place. This is practical life lessons that school will never teach us, and I love it. I also feel like I feel like this personality change don't just happen in your 40s or something like that. I feel like there's stages of life. Once you pass that 10, like once you get to the age of 10, there's kind of personality change shift that you experience. And once you move from age of tens, once you from your tens to your 20s, like you step into 20s, there's another kind of personality change that you experience. And once you move from that age of 20 to like 30 or 25, your front lobe will develop and you get to know a lot of things. You get to like see life differently. From that age, you start understanding a lot of things in life, and the personality change will start changing there. This is my own definition, right? Once you get to the age of 30, there's kind of personality change that you experience. But I feel like this personality change mixed with insecurity, especially for women, even for men, because a lot of times it is believed that when people get to the age of 30, a lot of women supposed to have get married and men supposed to have achieved a lot in life. And when you have not achieved that thing in life, there's always fear, uncertainty, and also why and what if, yes, that happen within your 30s, and a lot of insecurity. Will I ever? That I see, I don't know, but this is what I experienced. But once you move from that your early 30s to mid 30s, you'll be like, fuck it, everybody can go to hell. I don't know, but this is how I'm feeling. What I feel like right now is everybody can go to hell, right? So I feel like there's always personality change in every human being. Each and every 10 years, there's personality change. Each and every 10 years of your life, there's personality change. And I feel like when you get to the age of 35 to the age of 40, once you step into age of 40, that those things that give you insecurity, those things that you're worried about, those things you're being that, oh, how can I secure my marriage? How can I let this man love me? How can I be into this marriage? How can I somersault so that this man will know that I love him? You'll be like, fuck it. And that is when you start seeing the fault of your husband, the fault you have been trying to hold during your insecure days of your 30s. You're trying to hold. That is when you be like, fuck it. So maybe I will be getting divorced. Yes. Also, there's also lack of attention from married women that happen during 30s, and them feeling lonely and lost. And a lot of people believe that this is the reason why when women get to the age of 40, they want to discover themselves again. It seems like a new chance or a new opportunity to discover themselves and also find purpose in life. And I want to know your opinion in the comment section. One thing I know is that, and I'm sure, is that a lot of things discussed in this video is true. If you I'm in my mid 30s, I have experienced a lot of things. I feel like when I was like, immediately I stepped into 30s and my early 30s, there's this insecurity. What if, will I ever achieve? Will I ever get to that place? Will I ever build that dream? Oh, I thought by this time I could have gone to this, I could have achieved, and I could have built, I could have. But immediately I passed through that, my first time in 30s, or first period in 30s, that built this insecurity in me. Will I ever achieve it? Will I ever make money in this life? Will I ever do this one? Will I ever do... At this point, I'm like, fuck it, fuck it. Being alive is okay. And also, I also feel like we right now, we have more opportunity, we have more privilege, we have more advantage because of social media, because of all the information we have, all the access we have on social media, and also how social media is helping groom us and help us prepare. People are giving their testimony. So by right now, I have started preparing my 40s. What will life be in my 40s? I need to do this kind of plastic surgery in order to remain young. I need to do this in order to remain young. I need to do this. This is my worry now. But guys, I want to know what you think in the comment section. Guys, look at what is happening. Look at time. Look at time. Look at time. This is AM or not PM or this is AM. And I'm blabbing like this. So, guys, I want to know what you think in the comment section. I genuinely feel like whatever they are saying or they said in this video is true. But if you're in your 40s or you are in your late 30s or 50s, I want to know your opinion in the comment section. Let me see you in my other videos. Check out other videos I have made. Let me see you in my next one.